Hello everyone, and welcome to another stream. I'm the Nando, and I'm very excited to be here on this lovely Monday afternoon. And the week is just getting started, but I was super productive. I managed to get up quite early today, and I had a list of things I wanted to take care of along the whole week. Of course, there are things that are going to come along, you get some mails, there's always things that are unforeseen, yes. But I wanted to take care of as much things as I could. And oh boy, I did blast through my tasks. I'm so excited that things just went zooming by and I was super productive. I woke up early and I'm glad. I feel the relief of, okay, now you can go at... You don't have to go at full steam every single day of the week. You're already off to a bombastic start. But hey, if I have energy, I keep going at this pace. And today I bring you another 3D modeling stream, and one that is very different from my first one. My first one, I leaned a lot into the artistic side of 3D modeling, and today it will be also artistic 3D modeling, but I will reel things a bit back into my comfort zone. My modus operandi today, my methodology will be much more similar to how I did a lot of my engineering work. So without further ado, let me switch into the modeling station, and you can see that yes, I've set up a hand cam. Let's go. Hello, this is my hand. Yes, this is so cool. Even for tomorrow I will be painting Warhammer figures, so it is quite important to have a functioning hand cam, and it is working perfectly. And yeah, today instead of using drawings or pictures as reference, no, we have the physical model, and we have here an engineer's best friend. I got this when I joined uni, and it has been my faithful servant for many years. For those of you who don't know, this is, in Portuguese it's a paquímetro, in English it is a caliper, and it's probably one of the most versatile measuring tools out there. If you're in school, if you're starting your primary school, you're like, okay, a ruler can measure everything, ruler is the best thing ever. Then, when you get to high school, you find out about, how do you say it in English, the aristos or the esquadro, like the triangle things, triangle rulers. I don't know the correct English name, but you find out about the triangle rulers and you're like, hello, oh hello Van, welcome to the stream. And you're like, okay, triangle rulers are the best thing in the world. Then at uni you discover about the caliper, and this is a digital caliper. Analog caliper would be the same, it just doesn't have the screen showing the units. But this is an engineer's best friend, such a versatile measuring tool. A pocket watch, so based, yes! I'm talking about the caliper first, I'm going to go to the pocket watch soon. Yeah, this is what I will use to measure the watch, and you can get 3 types of measurements. You can use these clippers to get like diameters. These 2 prongs over here can be used to measure, for example, openings, and you can still use the back to measure depths. Such a versatile tool. But yeah, this is the caliper that we'll use to measure. And what we'll be modeling is my pocket watch. I have 4 of them, they're so cool to use. Yeah, calipers are so useful. Yeah, this is my pocket watch. Does open, shows the time, and it is running. Yes, I think that... Oh, let me update the time before we start modeling it. Because sometimes I let it run out of spring energy, out of tension. You just need to rewind it a little bit, then you can push this, like click, and now you can adjust the time, and it is 4:15. So this time has been updated. A little bit reflective, but it's okay. And yeah, we have the chain over here. Out of charge, I believe. Yes, yes. And welcome, FB. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful day. But yeah, we have here the pocket watch, we have the caliper, and we have the modeling software. I'm using Autodesk Fusion, and I'll be going one step at a time, creating that 3D model. And I think I'm going to start off... Oh, and by the way, in the back it is open, and you can watch the gears moving along, and the springs that store the energy, the elastic energy that then gets converted by this oscillating movement. And then it's just gears, it's just multiplication radios. I am FB, I find Twitch easier to use. Thank you, Boxslim. Box Sim, yes. And the pocket watch is so cool. Yeah, I have this pocket watch for well over 10 years. I'm quite sure of it. And it has been damaged in the past. It was really sad. One of the glasses, I think, either the front or the back glass. I think it was the back one. Completely broke, but it was repaired, and the guy that I hired to repair it did an amazing job. It was like completely like new. So it does have a history as well. But yeah, I multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch, and that's very handy for a lot of people because you can just choose the platform. There's no difference in quality, just the 2 chats will be side to side. But yeah, let's start, and I think I'm going to start off with the lead, actually. I think the lead is the first part that I'm going to make. We're going to go part by part. And one of the main reasons I'm starting off with the lead is that if you want to do a detailed model, if I want to go deep and do a perfect model, I would have to disassemble it, remove every single gear, and model each gear on the inside. That will be like the perfect model. I'm not going to go to that level of detail, especially because I don't want to open it. So I will have to take some measures from the outside, try to model it so that the outside appearance is as accurate as possible. I'm not doing any reverse engineering today, no disassembly. And since these can have different level of detail, I feel like the lead, we have less decisions to make. The lead is just how it is. Will you be 3D printing the case? That's one thing that I'm planning for the future. Currently, like right now, I don't have access to a 3D printer. I did have in the past. And probably I can easily get access to another one. When I worked with 3D printing, it was some years ago. And 3D printers back then were so bad. Nowadays, you do need to show some love and care. They do require some maintenance, but it's nothing compared to how strenuous the maintenance process was back then. And then caliper, you want to get the bigger diameter. You can just touch it with the edges of the caliper, and this is the accuracy of this goes around 1/100th of a millimeter. Of course, when you are doing whatever it is important to think what is the end effect. And here I want to create an aesthetically pleasing 3D model. That's my main goal. So if I get like 1/10th of a millimeter error, I will be like, okay, no worries. So this is around 45.6 millimeters. And it is good because our software does use the same measurements. Engineers work in millimeters. I have a 3D printer from like 2016 and things have changed tremendously. I don't have a modern one, but I know from friends and videos that the 3D printers now are a different universe. Yes! When I see hobbies and they show me the print quality, and I mean, for me, the print quality they show would be like top of the top, amazing, super high quality back then, and they're just like a regular old hobbyist, and they have that amazing quality, and I'm like, what? That is absurd. How can you get such a good quality with modern printers? And it is absurd. Of course, it is different to use printers for engineering. There is a part here that is a little bit flat, and let's extrude it 1.5 millimeters. Let's extrude this circle to get some volume. 1.5. Now I'm going to go to the side and try to create the curvature of the lid. My sequence of operations will be create the curvature now, then make this become a shell, and then cut the holes into the shape. One thing that I'm restricting myself out of using, and that's also a part of philosophy, if I want to make this perfect, I would take pictures and use the pictures as reference. But, I mean, this is a commercially available design, and there are things like... It is a derivative work, but sometimes copyright things can be... And right now, I'm not making pure engineering, I am making art, and I'm following an advice that someone gave me. When it comes to art is, don't make it perfect, make it yours. I will make it as perfect as possible, but I don't want to take pictures just so I can, even if it's not perfect, at least it's my model. Okay, and this has a little bit of a, no, it doesn't have a ledge, so I can just measure this, and I'm going to try to get 2 points to help us define our curve. This is a curve, and this is around, let me show, I'm measuring this distance, and it's around 10.5 millimeters. Once I add it to the drawing, you can see more clearly what I was measuring. Let's project this. So this was 10.5 in... Oh, 10.5 in this direction, and now let's get the height of this point, the height of the lid. And hello Nicole, welcome to the stream. I'm converting this into 3D, and this is way easier to measure. You can measure this total, and we measure that lip there. Oh, I see a joke from Zoom. I need to just take this measurement here, and I'm going to... So this is around 5.9 millimeters, and that's measuring from here. I could 5.9. Hello, I guess it was finally time to model that pocket watch. Yes, it is time. Time to model it. And now I can create a curve here, an arch. Let's create a 3-point arch. Yeah, that's not tangent on this side, and it is... I'm trying to use my eye to discern the shape of it. Yeah, this part is flat. I think this works, and now I just go to the center. As always, if anything looks quote-unquote horrible, we can just readjust later on. Let's do a revolution. And yeah, this is the basic shape of our lid. And now we have the command here, which is shell. And that's going to convert this into a shell. And I'm going to show you how order of operations makes your life easier. Right now I'm converting this into a shell before digging the holes. The reason why I'm going to do it wrong first. I mean, it's not wrong, but it can be more bothersome. If I dig the hole first, and then I make the shell... Like, let's make this 0.5 thickness. It does count the hole as part of the shell. A shell is a command that makes it so that a solid structure... a solid structure become hollow. And if you have the holes beforehand, the holes will be part of walls of the hollow, and that's not what we want. It is so cool seeing someone so fluent in Fusion 360. I struggle to do the basic things. This is my second time using Fusion, but I have 13 years of experience using Inventor, Autodesk Inventor, and they are very similar. So even though I don't have a lot of experience in this specific software, I do have in Inventor years and years of experience, and they are very identical. I feel like Inventor is just Fusion, but a little bit better. But yeah, 12 years, and I've given classes on, like public talks and classes on 3D modeling, so I do know my way around these softwares. And so this is 1.3 millimeters of thickness. And you can see that our lid is starting to take shape already. My brain, I was looking, and this is so reflective on the software, and I was like, oh no, my reflection is going to show up. No, this is a software rendering. Your reflection will not show up on that. That reminds me of a prop I wanted to do. It's a Detective Conan hand watch. Ooh. And I mean, I'm learning how to make props and things for cosplay, but definitely I want to either do it for free for friends or commission work. I do want to start making cosplay props. Don't be a pro, Nando. My digital reflection. So this main hole is 20.3 millimeters wide. Let's create the circle. And I mean, I can just... No, let's make this only this hole first, because the other ones I want to use a pattern, and the circle will follow no pattern. So let's first dig the circle hole. I want to be hygienic in how I tackle this. Use the correct methodologies. Now we can create these shapes. This repeats in a 6 pattern. And this is probably the kind of shape that I could trace with a picture, but I don't want to trace. I want to gain as much measurements as possible to accurately portray it. So the arc length is around 9.1 millimeters. Oh, and what's the diameter of this arc, by the way? So first let's get this diameter up. Sometimes, sorry, I forget that I have a handcam. It is one of my first handcam streams ever. And if sometimes I bring the things too close to me to measure, feel free to call me out like, we are not seeing anything. You say you are measuring, but we don't. I mean, it's normal that you can't see the screen. 23.4. Need a lot of hands to fix that time. 23.4. Oh, when I forgot, we already took this arch measurement. It was like 9.1, I believe. Yeah, 9.1. And we can just start at any point. This will be a repeating pattern. Arch. .1. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, is the first point the center? Yes. Oh, I don't want angular, I want distance. Oh, don't make me use... calculate this. Let me use the arch length. I don't want to use... radians to calculate 9.1 millimeters. Can I just put something random and then what's... I don't think we have an arch length constraint. Sketch dimension. That's radius. Oops. I mean, I was also measuring this and not the direct arch length. So if we get the 9.1 millimeters, that's a more accurate representation of what we measured. And we get the arch to intersect that point. And now we have this arch with the exact measurement that we measured. Let's go. Now the widest part is... Ooh. Let me change this. I don't like how we are doing this, because it's going to be easier to get some measures. Well, he doesn't... Let's times... Yes. Let's make it so it's... Things are centered. I think that's going to make it easier for us to gain some... To get some measures. So the widest point is at a distance of around 2 millimeters from here. Oops. And the width of this is 10.4. Now we divide that by 2. .4. Nope. Times half. And we make it so that this is perpendicular to this. We have 2 points. Let's get the widest point, and for a more accurate measurement, for example, this is measuring is an art of itself. Like, there is a whole branch of engineering metrology, which is how to measure things, how to get correct measurements. If I measure from here, okay, let me use this point to tip. From here to here, okay, here to here, the measurement will not be that accurate. A way easier thing to measure is diameters, and I can measure this diameter from here to here, and if I want the radius, it's just divided by 2. And that's being wise with how you measure things. So this whole diameter is 35.2. And we could just go here and get 35.2 and multiply it by half. And we have some points that are helping us define the curve of this shape. Let's get these points on the other side as well. 5.2. Oh. And let's make it perpendicular. And this one I can just gain this point, and it's the... You guarantee that this is perpendicular to this. It already is. We trim. And this is the same point as that one. And now we can get a spline. Okay. And this is already kind of similar to the shape that we want. I think the main thing is that here... Yeah, but I can fix that with a fillet later on. Let's go with this shape, and then we fix it if something wrong rises. Let's see how it looks with our first attempt. So we cut. Let's add here just some two fillets, like 0.5. Can I select another edge? I think I can. Let's do it like this. And this is 0.5 as well. And now we have some tools like this rectangular pattern. Where do I have circular pattern? Oh, it is inside. It's a subtool. And we get features. We grab this extrusion and this fillet that we just made. Select our center axis. And we'll repeat this pattern 6 times. Yeah, and we can see that the shape is already kind of getting there. I think it's a bit... Now that I can look at it, I think we need to make this... Where's the... Okay, let's select the spline. Oof, 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 oof. A little bit more like this. And hello, hello, Clanker! Yeah, I think this looks better now. Wait, wait. Let me just confirm one thing. Oh, that's the correct. No, that's not the correct. I think we started everything from the wrong line. Wait. What is this inner line? And what is defining this? Yeah, the inner line is the one we measured. Our root point, everything is wrong by a little bit. This will be annoying to fix. But I'm glad we got that on. And I prefer to fix it right now. It is a detail. But it is something I can fix. I used this line, which is a previous diameter instead of the line that we just measured. And that's going to change how... What's the difference in length between this and this? 0.842. So I can remove here. Minus 0.842. That we didn't measure from this, so that measure is okay. We just need to move this point to here. And we are... Okay. So that's 4.55. We intersect this with this. We move it towards the other side. We guarantee that this is perpendicular to this. We have like an extend. Yes. Extend this to that. And this point, I think you can just grab the point and move it. If we remove the constraints. Hello, hello, Vexel. It's going great. I'm kind of showing my engineer work in a way. I did a little bit of a mistake, which I'm correcting right now. Okay, that point is free. These 2 points are now free. And let's put them down there. But I hope you're also... How you're doing? How you're doing? I hope you're also having a nice day. No, that's not what I wanted. I want now this point is here. And this point is here. I'm chilling. Nice, nice, nice. That's very important. And now let's remove this chunk. The fillets will break because those edges stopped existing. I was just focusing real hard to fix a small mistake. And I feel like something... It looked better before. It is more accurate now. But now we need to adjust things a little bit. Where are our control points for the spline? I don't think we can make this exactly symmetrical. Okay. Why is this looking so confusing? Yeah, this, I'm not liking how this is... I mean, the fillet broke again. I think if we just add a bigger radius to the fillet... Okay, I'm leaving it like this for now because let's add the other part and maybe it will look better with the other part. And you're chilling, nice, nice, nice. I'm happy as well because, of course, today I'm not streaming Go, but if you're interested in the board game of Go, I do stream Go. And Vexel Cafe, who is over here, also streams Go, so I'm going to give him a shout out because he's also a VTuber and produces very chill content. And lately, I'm finally feeling that my Go is getting stronger. I feel like I've been losing rank, like taking one step backwards to take two steps forward. And now I'm in the part of taking the steps forward and it is feeling great, to be honest. Let's add these two parts. Okay, that shape is bothering me. This needs to be a bit smaller. Can I constrain those auxiliary lines? No, I don't. Oh, but... No, I don't think I can. Okay, but this is now symmetrical. And let's get back into this sketch. And this finishes. This is the halfway point between this and that, so it's 30 degrees, 120. And it has the same diameter here. So this is kind of our starting point. And yeah, I'm really happy with what I'm doing right now in terms of content, which is focusing on what I like and what are my strengths. Like today I was looking forward to coming. I do vividly enjoy 3D modeling. And I was looking forward to arriving here and okay, let's build some 3D models. I was like, I can't wait for my stream to start. And I mean, I think that's the correct mindset. If you're making content that you don't want to make, people will eventually catch up to that, and even if they don't, you will catch up to it in a bad way. You will burn out and stop enjoying the content you are producing. And now I'm way more satisfied. Days right now, and also because I finished my PhD thesis recently, days feel so long in a good way. I have so much time for the first time in ages. I mean, I don't have that much time. I'm still busy because I always am. But things have definitely been worse. Okay, let's project this geometry and use this as the outer radius for our... Oh, I don't think I projected it correctly. That's enough. Yeah, I didn't press OK. Always press OK. Okay, this diameter, we have this centerpiece. And what's the width of the outer part? Sorry, let me get this on camera. I did set up the handcam for a reason. 5.2 millimeters. So we go from here. That's 120. Now this is 5.2 divided by 2. Oh, I can do that. That's 2.6. We make it so it's there. Go 2.6. No, not 6. 2.6. Not... 2. Eh? Oh, that's it added a constraint that I did not want. I think there is a way to stop that from happening. Like you press a key while you're doing the constraint, while you're adding the measurement, but for what we are doing, just keeping things simple is enough. And now I think a notch here, from this to this, is enough. And this kind of follows that curvature. And I think we are going to have to fix that. Wait. Because this does indeed seem correct. You can just... Wait, first let's remove this part. And this is also removed. And this as well. You'll also see how good it looks. Now, we mirror it. Where's the mirror? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Should be somewhere around here. Wait, no. Because the pattern... Yeah, no, the pattern is there. This should be around the pattern. Mirror. Yes, right next to the pattern. As I said, I never used this specific software, but they do follow patterns. Ha ha ha. Not bodies, we want features, and the feature we want is this one. And now we can also do the 6-point symmetry here, and we do see that this is looking already quite nice, but not perfect. Okay, we want to these two around this axis, and we want 6 copies. Yeah, this is already looking quite neat, if I'm honest. Oh, I think... Oh, let's go back to the past. I think this has a small... This edge shouldn't be this sharp. Let's add a small corner here. Even smaller. Nah, I think the 0.3 was better. Yeah, that edge, this doesn't have... And this edge as well. You're not making a Gachakuta weapon like last time, where everything... Will you be doing only the case or the face as well, without the internals? Will you only be doing the case or the face as well? Oh, I will be doing the face as well, yes. And even the internals, I may try to do them like without detail. Maybe, I'm still going to think. We'll see how things are progressing and how things are looking. Yeah, I think that's decent. That kind of looks like what we have there. The center should be a little bit more close. Let's remove it a little bit. In terms of size here. I think I exaggerated a bit in the measure. 0.7. And now we can go back to here and add the fillets onto the objects that we... Okay, let's delete this and try to make it again. Sometimes that is enough to make the software cooperate. Yes. 6 copies. Ah, it is looking better. I think here we just need to make this curve become a little bit more towards the outside and I'll be happy. I'm already becoming very happy with this slit. Oh, and I need to add the part that connects to the hinge as well. It's gonna be hard to model, but we just do our We just need to have something as a reference to then add the Revolut joint. I'm not going to add, by the way, these patterns that are drawn here. That's way too much. That's the level of detail I will not go today. Okay, this is the sketch, and I feel like if we make this wide... Oh. If you make this wider... Kinda don't like how that turned out. I think we just need to make these ones, these control lines. You're the first VTuber that I'm watching, so I'm aware. I'm not aware of the whole culture. I saw that you have a mom and a papa on Twitter where that parenting originates from. Ah, yes, those, sorry. Yes, those are VTuber terms. And basically in VTuber language, this comes from the Japanese side. The papa is the one who makes the rigging. The rigging is basically what converts the drawing into motion. And the mama is the one that creates the drawing. Usually they can be the same person or they can be two different persons. One creates the drawing, the base artwork, and the other one makes it move. In my case, I find it funny to credit the papa and the mama because the one who made my art was Father Loris, and the one who made my model, my rigging, my motion was Lady Saffron. So it is funny that Lady Saffron is technically my papa and Father Loris is my mama in terms of VTubing. Oh, and do not worry. I hope you enjoy a good cup of coffee. Oh, I do remember. Oh, what was the topic? I hopped by one of your streams. I love to learn about random stuff, Vexel Cafe. And you were talking about brewing coffee with some... like people were brewing coffee with other stuff. I don't remember. I wanted to talk about that closer to when I saw the stream, but now it's been quite a while. Yeah, VTubing culture, there is it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes, but there's a lot of inside terminology and people already get used to it. The one who created my model, like the artwork, Father Loris, he usually creates a lot of webcomics related to strategy games. Like Europa Universalis, he made one or two about Age of Empires, and this is the style of his cartoons. And then Lady Saffron is also a VTuber who learned how to do her own stuff, basically. So she is the one who rigs all of her stuff, and then I hired her as a commission, of course. But okay, this is turning cool. One thing that I should have done earlier, because it's very easy. Let's go to the appearances menu. Yes. And this is not... This is metal, yes. Okay, brass probably looks good. Bronze. Oh, and are we applying this to... No, this not this brass. Let's see what kind of brasses do we have. Ooh, brass old. Oh, I need to download them. Ah, it looks... Oh, copper. This kinda matches it. No, this is ugly. This is one of my favorite parts. Wasting time seeing what texture looks better. This is a bit darker. Oh, I can adjust. Wait, copper polished, and yeah, I can adjust it. And I forgot I can do this. I can just And I think this is spot on now. Maybe later on I can adjust it a little bit more, but for now I think this is spot on. I forgot you can just fine tune it. And that's... which one did I edit? Was it this one? It was this one. I think I can rename it. Oh yes. Copper edit. Oh, I need to add a lurk command. Sorry, Vexel. I need to take care of that. But thank you for the lurk. Thank you, thank you. The command didn't work, but the message still got through. Yeah, I'm happy with how this is. One of the coolest things about 3D modeling, I do enjoy the process, but like I can't wait to have the finished product and like look at it and be like, oh, this looks so cool. Okay. How does the hinge go? Oh, this is actually cutting a little bit. Okay, let's get the width of this cut, because, okay, let me show you on camera. Oh, that's just my hand very close. That's not what I want to show. The camera is here. You can see that this, the lead, kind of has a cut. It's a bit too close. Yeah, kind of has a cut to fit there. The lid is not complete. It has two cuts to make the hinge component. That's what I'm going to take care of now. I mean, the width of that is basically the 18.5 millimeters. $18.5 divided by 2, that's 9.25. Let's do some mental maths. Let's keep our brains working. Okay, and this does not go all the way. Kinda goes... Sorry. For 7.3 millimeters. So, and it goes to this edge, 1.5, 7.3. I'm spending, like, I mean, I want to finish this today. If I don't, then to be continued, and JoJo music will play. And see you in the next episode. But... okay. Oh, and by the way, I like having someone who doesn't know a lot about VTuber culture showing up, because I feel like that's another thing that is changing in VTubing, and it is a positive change for me. It is a growing medium, VTubing, and it used to be... okay, let me just save this. Pocket watch lid. And, like, VTubers tended to be a certain... there were more uniformity between what a VTuber was. It was more homogeneous. That's a good word. And now I feel like the medium has spread out so much that people can just do whatever they want. And there's a lot more diversity, and that also is one of the reasons why you have people from the outside joining VTubing, because, yeah, for example, a lot of VTubing was idle songs, but if you don't want idle songs, if you want someone who has a almost PhD in engineering creating 3D models, you have that. Or someone who is a Go player. I'm both. I'm kind of confused as to how I'm going to get the measure of where the hinge is. That's something we can adapt later on, but I'm just going to measure from the center of the lid. I'm going to go for like 2 points. From here. And measure how, in the vertical side of things, how much is the displacement. And this is going to have to be like an approximate measurement. This is not rigorous what I'm doing. I'm kind of using my eye. That's like 6.2 millimeters. Commodification is part of every culture's evolution. Yes, and also another one of the reasons for it is, yes, it's more convenient, it's more accessible. I mean, if that measure is 6.2 and that's almost this, that seems too much to be a coincidence. I'm going to put the same measure. And of course, VTubing is technology, and technology evolves, and VTubing only used to be in the hand of corporations who had enough money to invest into... Like, a lot of money went into the first VTubers, and nowadays there's so many, like, open source solutions. Even if you commission, if you don't... You can do everything open source. If you want to start VTubing, it's very easy for any person. I mean, it's not easy because... For me, it's easy since I know the scene. If you're an outsider, you don't know what you need to look for. You need to be careful when you say something is easy because... Knowledge is one of the hardest parts to get, and you always take your own knowledge for granted. But after getting that initial knowledge, it's very simple to find 3D models. The stream tool I'm using, like VTube Studio, as a free version, the tool that I'm using to make my model move, I did pay for my model, it was commissioned, but they are amazing just because I wanted to take this a bit more serious. But it is very simple to start. To start VTubing nowadays. Anyone can do it. Okay, and this I'm once again going to go for that same philosophy of if this is very close to being the center point of this, that's 1.3, so that's plus 1.5 yes, this. I'm going to put it at the center of that. And I'm just going to make this... Yeah, this goes a bit more down. Okay, what's the radius of this? Well, it's tiny. I'm like, this has an inch with a center, and I'm like, what's the radius of this tiny thing here? 0.9 millimeters. Oh, I was already in a sketch. Let's create a 0.9 millimeter hole, and this is just to have the hinge placement to sides. I want to... Well, symmetric is even better, less input information. And that's already a cut. Yeah, okay, I just need to add it, to add a little bit more down now to that, and I think we are fine. Oh, let's actually... Okay, this should have been 0.09 divided by 2 more to the left. So... wait. Where's this measurement? Hello? Measurement? Where's that size? That should be written somewhere. There's a 25 here? No, that's the ruler. Huh? I'm confused. Is that... Oh, is that the wrong sketch? Okay, and this is... Oh no, I forgot the... Because this is not following a curvature. I mean, this is also a tiny detail. There are details where it is worth spending the extra time, and there are details where it isn't. This is a detail where it isn't. I just need to make something that looks decent, so... This is even, like, almost not going to be visible. And I think we just did this, like... Yeah, let's rush this. I think that's already quite good. If we fillet this edge now to make it a little bit smoother. Oops. That's a lot. Yeah, I think that's already... Oh, and let's also... Now, no need to smooth these edges. These are edges that result from machining. Only maybe this one is a little bit more smooth, like 0.1. 0.1 is little. 0.2. And that's the same edge as this one. 0.2. And let's also... This edge, I think it forms... Yeah, this forms actually an edge, so let's keep it like that. And I think that's our lead. Hello, Credon Toast! You missed something in my opening. You need to check my starting soon screen. You'll be very hyped, you in particular. And we can go to the render to see how it looks. I think it's here that you start a high quality render. Yes. Oh, and let me hide the... Yeah, no ground plane. Yeah, we have here our lead in high definition. I think this looks quite well. Like, compared to what we have here, I do believe this looks neat. Dare I say. Dare I say we did a good job. Okay, let's go back to design and let's start the next part, which will be trickier. I'm going to go probably for the main body next, which is going to be one of the trickiest parts. But, I mean, in all 3D modeling... Good job, team. In all 3D modeling, the secret is, no matter how complex it looks, tackle something that you can do and go from there. Take one step at a time, the model will come to life, things will come to fruition. Where does the... Okay, I'm going to start by getting this small lip around the glass. Oh. Error, error. YouTube is not... What's happening? I just got... Wait, let me check this real quick. YouTube is not receiving enough video. Go YouTube, get my video! Get my video! I am sending my video your way. Please, yeah, please let me know if things are not okay. I think they should be okay. That's the first time it shows up YouTube is not getting enough video. I've never had that thing pop up before. Need more video. And by the way, Boxim, because that's if you're still around, if you're not, it's absolutely okay. I think it is important for any streamer to know that viewers have busy lives, they come and go. But if you still are, I should have asked you before, and I'm going to ask you if you're still there. How did you find out about this stream? Was it like the YouTube front page? That is important, and if you don't want to share it, don't, but if you want, that is important info for me. 14.40.4. That gives me... Was it like you saw a good thumbnail and you're like, ooh, this seems interesting, let me click it. Because we streamers are always trying to guess what works and what doesn't. And I keep forgetting. Why guess? You can just ask. People are nice for the most part. 42.2. No, that's 42. .04. And now this is just a tiny little edge here. YouTube hungers. Yes, YouTube is starving for more frames. I'm trying to get this depth here, but yeah, 0.3 millimeters. I believe that. This is kind of the lip that's holding up the watch. I mean, I can go. It's such a tiny thing. Yeah, but now I'm going to go for the wider part. Wait, let me just pick up the watch and confirm what I just modeled was that. Now I want to go from that to the outer diameter. And the outer diameter is... I mean, this is kind of flat. Let's go for the flat outer diameter first. That's 45.4. And that 45.4 kind of goes all the way down here, and then we'll add the curvature. Wait, is that? No, that's not the same. So 4.74 thickness. 4.74, but I also want this to be apart. Wait. Okay, this probably doesn't have the inner diameter. Hello? I want to select this profile from here to here. I was about to say hello game, but this is not a game. I mean, can be a game if you want to. Oh, I forgot the measurement now. Oh, I think it is this, but let's confirm. .34. I think that's what we got the previous time around as well. Oh, and this shouldn't... I wanted to select this as well. Okay. We are starting to get somewhere. Now I need to add this round outside. The roundness. let's go into this view. And we know that the top round starts there, but the bottom round is wider in terms of diameter. Okay, that's where that's where it ends. 44.7. I said wider, I think I meant the opposite. So this is 44.7 times 0.5. No, 44.7 times this. Yeah, this is smaller. So I wish we... No, this should be... Wait, what? Oh, because I'm measuring from that point. Yeah, that's smaller. I'm just going to cut this shape here just to make it easier for me to think. That's all I'm doing right now. Revolve. Just for it to be just for it to be easier for me to understand what I'm doing. Cut. And the axis is this one. Okay, now what I want is a curve that goes from here to here. An arch, a 3-point arch. Oh, let's project this geometry. Project this geometry as well. And we want a 3-point arch that goes from here to here. And we want it to be tangent here, tangent here. No, that's going to over-constrain it. So I think the main dimension we want is the outer diameter. So let me grab the caliper. Let's grab our outer diameter. We want to respect it. And our outermost diameter is... Let me show you the number this time. 47.3. One thing that... Okay, that was not the correct measure. One thing that you need to be very careful with the caliper is that this is very sensible. If you press the part too hard, it will cause deformation on the part and the size will get small. You need to... 47.55. You need to make the caliper go up to the part, touch it, but do not compress it. 47.55 divided by 2. 47.55 divided by 2. That's our outer diameter. So this kinda goes like this. And I think I'm just going to fill at this a little bit. After. Can I make... What type of arcs are there? But I think that's the best we can do. And then we just fill at the edges. I think that's our best way. Revolve. Okay, we didn't finish up that profile. Let's add the missing lines. Now let's revolve this. And now we fill at this like 0.4. 1 millimeter. I think that's okay. And here as well. 1 millimeter. Yeah, this seems okay-ish. Yeah, what I'm doing, I'm basically making this outer shape. I'm here at this edge, and now is this vertical? Yes, we have a little bit of verticality. Verticality is nice because verticality is easy. Let me confirm this diameter. 44.7 approximately. That's here below. So I did say 44.7. This 44.1. Where does that measure come? Oh, that's after the fillet. Okay. So 44.7. Yes. Thank you, Bread and Toast. I need you here to point out those small things. I mean, sometimes I am looking at it myself, but you are correct. And tomorrow I'm going to do a Warhammer painting stream, and it is very important for me to not forget about showing people what I'm painting when it's Warhammer. I think it's very different because when it's Warhammer, I will be able to only focus on the craft, while here I'm focusing on the object and on the computer at the same time. 2.25. So this is 2.25, and below let's go for this so it joins there. And this looks nice. And now I'm just going to add this curvature here. Like this curvature, this edge. Oh, I still need to add also this part. That's going to be the next one. Let's go one thing at a time. Now let's go for this one, and let's get another sketch. We do create a lot of sketches here, but we are not sketchy. I almost dropped the... Be careful when you're modeling, be careful not to drop the thing you are modeling, especially if it's a pocket watch that you are a huge not fan of, like you hold dear is a good thing, a good way to put it. So do not drop your pocket watches. That's 2.2 in terms of vertical displacement. I need to draw a target so I know where to drop it. No vandalism here. So that was 2.2. And now this is an easy to measure diameter. Just want the diameter of this edge here, which is 25.2. So we just take 25.2 divided by 2, that's... Wait, 25.2, that's 12.5, 12.6. And now we just have an arch. Not that arch. Let's go for the regular 3-point arch. And this arch, exactly. Yes, that does go there, and then it... That's the shape we want now. The axis. Oh, the axis is this one. And that's kind of our shell. It looks weird because I'm going to add more parts to it. What was the thickness? Let's keep our thickness consistent. What was your thickness, Mr. Lid? 1.3 millimeters. So here... Wait, that's not a whole shell. 1.3. Oh. I mean, that kind of works. Will you be doing this chain as well? Probably. Yes. Yeah, that kind of works. It's not perfect, but the inside... We'll see how things go. And hello, Daniel! Welcome to the stream. I'm making my pocket watch. Behold, we have a lid. The lid looks so cool. And, oops. And the watch is here. That's the watch. I was trying to clean, but it's on my monitor. I was like, ooh, a little bit of dirt. Let me clean it. No, the problem was my monitor, not... Today we are really bridging the gap between digital. Wow, that's a cool lead. Thank you, thank you. I think that's the first time everyone told me that compliment. Wow, that's a cool lead. Okay, let me add the... There's two things I need to add. First, the revolution part at the bottom, which I think will be the first one we add. Just means you gotta make more leads. Yeah. Hello, I'm Danano. I'm a lead... a lead developer VTuber. Yeah, that's what they... When they say lead developer, that's what they are referring to, right? Yeah. Okay, can't I inspect? Inspect. Literally a button called inspect. That's exactly what I wanted. Yes, 21.65. So from here we have 21.65. And what's the height of that point? That's hard to measure. The pain, it is hard to measure. Isn't bad. No. This is not grimdark, that is tomorrow. This is also not stop hammer time, because we are not destroying anything. Let's measure it to the bottom. I think it's easier to see. That's kinda like... Oh god. This is hard to measure. 9 mil? No. Okay. In terms of features, that aligns... with maybe the clock top. So maybe here. And so the diameter that we had for this hole, let's inspect once again, was 0.9. So we go for 0.9. And I'm going to go for a symmetrical cut here. The operation is cut. And I just want to see how they look assembled. Pocket watch body. And now we create a new one. And this will be saved as pocket watch. And first we place the pocket watch lead. So first we place the body. Reach limit of 10 editable documents. What? That's such a a small limitation. Wait, let me see. Manage document. I think I have one or two that I can just eliminate or make. I'm just... I need to check how I have my subscriptions and things like that. Make read only. I can fix this. Okay, I think crisis averted. Crisis averted. Oh. Watch. Watch my watch. And yeah, now I can just insert component. Pocket watch lead. Oh, they are already kind of fitting. But this is not... Okay, and if I then assemble joint. I mean, can I get the center point of this? Almost there. Almost there as well. Wait. Ah! Aha! Can you move? What kind of joint did I just make? Why can't you move? Motion. Oh yeah, Revolute. Yes! Oh, not cancel. Ah! Motion. Revolute. Yes! It fits! I think it fits perfectly. I think it... Okay, let me just paint them both to have the same color. They do have the same color. IRL. So, appearances. And DCs. Good job, first try. Thank you, thank you. This was the copper edit. Copy to my appearances. Can I just paste it here? Oh, my appearances? Oh, yes, I can. Learning. Okay. And now we press this button to update. And okay, we are starting to get somewhere. We are getting there. You have a semblance of an outer shell of a pocket watch. And I think, yeah, this side is indeed a bit smaller than that one. Yeah. Oh. I'm already happy. Let me... Okay, let's just enjoy this a little bit in the rendering mode. Oh, does it have a ground? Oh. I don't want no ground. Oh, it's here. Yeah, no ground plane. I mean, I feel like... Okay, ground plane helps with... Ah, but then it becomes very dark at the bottom. Yeah, it is turning cool. A little bit too shiny in this mode, but I mean, it is shiny IRL as well. It fits? Yes, it fits, Bread and Toast. It is fitting. We are having a good... We are having a good... No need to say anything else. Okay, now I have two choices. The stream starts buffering the moment you change settings. Makes sense. I mean, I have VTube Studio open. I have the cam open. I have the streaming software. I have I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I have the modeling software. So good job, PC. Good job. You are doing great. Let's add more details to the body. I say good job, and I just got the warning once again. YouTube is not receiving enough frames. YouTube will self-destruct in 9, 8. Having a good is the best. True. Okay. Ooh. Why are you like this? Okay, looks better. Let's project this hole. Everything fine here. Nice. Why do you not give me your center? I think it was somewhere. Let's project this as well. Okay, I think that's the center. Yes. And now I just need to add a... Oh, let me take care of this. Done. That's kind of like a rectangular shape. Does it come from this edge? No, it kind of has a small gap, but it is too tiny to measure. Yeah, let's go for 0.1 millimeters. Okay, that's 0.53. Let's go 0.53 to this side as well. And then go down. I said down. And then this. This. And how wide is that? That is... Oh. Caliper turned off. Around 19.3 millimeters. Oh, but we do not want one side, we want symmetric. Ooh, that's going 19.3 to both sides. Huh? That was 19. Why does this seem so long? Oh, did we not zero it? No, we did zero it, huh? Okay, let's divide this by 2. It's probably... And let's join. Is this 19.3? Yeah, that is 19.3, okay. And okay, just so we save on operations. Why does this have this? Okay, let's save all operations. Let's... And even go as far as to add this rectangle here. I think we can even make it go further down. Okay, that starts being a little bit too much. Or is it though? If we just... If we remove the length or something... Let me see if I can measure this again and make it... 18.2. If you go with this 18.2, then I guess we can, if we fill out these spots here, what will be the result? Sadness will be the result. Okay, this kind of looks like what I'm looking at. This is tiny details, but it is looking okay. And then let's add the hole that we covered up. This is inspect 0.9mm hole. And now we remove the center section of this. We remove how wide is this? One thing I was thinking, okay, let me first just finish this small 3.9, this small operation. Let's go back into the sketch. Just want to finish this operation. Wait, why is that not fitting there? Oh, that could be another reason why things were looking a little bit off in the corner. No, they still look fine. Oh. We lost this half. That's fine like that. If I now, yeah, this will, yeah, let's keep it like that. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted to select. Symmetric. Cut. I think it was 4.3, but we'll check in a second. This is 3.9, okay. And what's the diameter? Okay, we can go 1.4. Hello, Zumu! Welcome, welcome! I'm making a pocket watch. Very fancy. This is a very fancy stream that you hopped into. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Full of very cool stuff. Okay, this was not 4.3, but I forgot once again what the measurement was supposed to be. It was 3 point something. 3.9. So we save. Did I call Zumu Zerzon? Did I call Zerzon Zumu? Did I do that blunder again? Oh, I forgot the symmetries here. Do not, like, when in the software I used to work with, this was the sum of both. Like, 3.9 would be the sum of both. Here it is 3.9 for either side. I need to be very careful with that. Yeah, but this is... Oh, this is the pocket watch that I keep removing outside of frame. And this is what we've built so far. I mean, that gap there... Okay, I was like, okay, this is really cool. I was like, that gap there is not that big. If you look at it... Ah, the pocket watch got stuck. Focus. Focus. It kinda is. It kinda has a white gap there. It is accurate. It is not noticeable because there's dark on the other side, but the gap is there. I was like, no way, that's not that big of a gap there. There is actually. But yeah, look. Look. Zerzon. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, it's like Pac-Man. Does Pac-Man remind you of something, Mr. Zerzon? Mayhaps the best game ever made? Paxels? Okay, let's get the center wire. You cannot escape from Paxels. Oops. Let's get a new design, and this will be the fastest design of today. That is... This is 0.9. Not 9. 0.9. And I think that's 19 millimeters long because it protrudes out of the ends. Let me just confirm how long this is. 18.2. Yeah, this is 19 millimeters long. No need to measure it. And the material... I mean, steel is fine. Save. Hinge pin, I guess. And now we place here our hinge pin. Here. Where's the piece? Okay, it's here. Now we just need to assemble. We can joint this onto that center there. Yes. And yeah, let's go. We have our hinge assembled. Yeah. Waka 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 waka. Okay, okay, I was like, what's the next part? No next part yet, let's add the thingamajig on top. Very important. Oh, and I was thinking, now I can go back to the line of thought I was having. You can animate motions in this. Does it have... Yeah, it has animation. You can animate how this moves. And if I get the pointers, what's the name of the pointers of the clock? Handles? Hands? It's the hands of the clock, right? That's the name. If I get the hands here, I can animate them rotating, and I can use this as a stream asset. I can literally make them move and like have it as a loading screen or something. I can animate this. And this style of animations have you... This is I'm using the computer to generate animations based on a 3D model. Have you ever heard of something called CGI? If you've heard of CGI, that is what I can do with this in the future. Probably it will be another stream, but I can convert this into a CGI animation. I'm unlocking new techs. I'm evolving. We'll have CGI here. Heard it here first. The nano streams will become CGI. Okay, let's get this thingamajiggy on top. And that's on the body. And where do we start? Let's start by... Okay, this plan is at what height? Or do I... Okay, I think I know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this center plane here. And then draw this by side view and revolute it. So I just need to figure out where this center plane is exactly. And it's kinda 4 point... This is a hard measure to get. 4.75 millimeters from the bottom. Oof. But we are at the top. So 4.75. Okay, I'm going to reach that in a minute. 4.75. We are here. This is 8.99. 8.99, that's 9. 9 less 9 minus 4.75. That's 4.25. Okay. Wait, can I just... No. Minus 4.25. Makes me think of those goofy heart locket opening things my beloved gifs. Oh, yes! I know exactly the type of gift you're talking about. I know exactly. So we are at this plane now. And now I need to draw this in terms of side view. Let's get first the main height, the main limit. But I know exactly the type of gifts you are talking about. Zerzon, Zumu, Zerzon. I love Shrek. And oh, I'm not going to give my answer, but I think everyone will have the same answer as me. When you think Pocket Watch, what is the first anime, show, book, cartoon? What is the first piece of media that comes to mind? I wonder how close people will be to my answer. 61.6. My answer is very mainstream. It's not your favorite, it's like the immediate one that comes to mind, like, it's this one. No overthinking. That's not the outer diameter. Is it? .6. So we are now creating something that goes like from here to here. And then we are going to revolute it to make it rotate. And I was pressing the button down a little bit, so let me make sure I measure this with the button down. Let's start measuring by the end. I think it's easier. This is 2.8. I'm measuring this part. So that's not. It's like 2 millimeters. And how wide is the button? 4.2. 4.2 divided by 2, that's 2.1. And how long does this go before reaching the edge? In a constant width, like 1.3 millimeters. So 1.3. And then we just add a 3-point arch here. Yes. We have the button. Next comes the part that you wind up to give it, the spring, some elastic energy to store. That's 3.6 millimeters. And this is kind of like a circle, so we just need the outer diameter, 8.2. (8.2) divided by 2 is 4.1. Now we get this with this. And we go from here to here. And from here to here. Okay, this is basically what I'm modeling, what I'm drawing. What you see there is, let me line it up. Yeah, this. Yeah, this is now lined up. What you are watching there is exactly this. We have the end part and we have this round part. Now comes the bigger round part. Which is like 4.9 millimeters wide. And in terms of external diameter, oh, that's not round. That's more of an oval shape. So what we do is we skip it for now. Why is Doctor Who the only pocket watch from media I can think of? I didn't even watch that show. Doctor Who is really good. For me, I remember... Okay, I'm going to tell my Doctor Who story after this. I was once sick. I got sick very often when growing up. And that day, I was sick, like headache and everything, but good enough to watch TV. And there was something on TV called Doctor Who. And I have never heard of that show before. I was younger. I've never heard the name of Doctor Who before. And I started watching like, okay, I have no idea what this is. And it was kind of like a marathon. And I watched... How many? Like 9 or 10 40-minute episodes consecutively. And I was like... Oh my god, this is such a good show. How does no one know about this? I just discovered such a cool indie show that no one knows about. This is amazing. How do... Like, I bet no one has ever heard about this thing called Doctor Who, and this is a masterpiece. What? Well, then I found out that it's super famous, but I mean, in Portugal it is not. But yeah, I was sick and I watched so much Doctor Who, and I was like, this is so high quality. This is amazing. What is this show? I was very positively impressed by Doctor Who. Doctor Who. It was... Oh, which one was it? I think I watched the first one of the new Doctors. Of the... Like, the show had a big hiatus and then it came back. I watched the first one of the new Doctors. I think one of my favorite ones is that one that is also in Good Omens. That's a normie opinion. It's the favorite of a lot of people, but I think it's for good reason. I also thought Doctor Who was unknown. And hello, Ship Manju. Welcome back. Yeah, exactly. And then I just found out, yeah, here in Portugal, I also thought no one knows about this. And then I discovered, okay, turns out it is super popular, like a staple of British television. Okay, this is starting to look like a mess, but I know what I'm doing. And we are about to finish this step. And it's going to be cool because we're going straight from this makes no sense into wow, this is amazing. Another show that I watched like that, I was even younger when I watched that without knowing, was the anime of Sensei, like the... In Portuguese we call it Cavaleiros do Zodíaco. Like the anime where they are Zodiac Knights. Okay, and we can see that this is already looking quite similar to what we want. There is that small part that I left a gap for us to add this thicker part that's not symmetrical. Other than that, it is already looking quite clean, quite similar to our desired result. I'm going to add the notches here. I think that's going to look great. Then I'll take care of that, but first I want to add the notches on this, and for that I think I'm going to project this geometry. We have the this center. This arch here, and I'm going to add another arch with these points and a bit smaller, like this. Then I'm going to revolve it around this axis for like 10 degrees, maybe? Wait. Okay, let's confirm the axis. Okay, I was not drawing in the correct plane. That's the problem. That's why things were... Yeah, this... I have the construction plane here. This is the plane I need to draw in. Now things will make more sense. Let's project this once again. We can go straight for the arch. Now we... Okay, I needed to project the outer. No, just need to add the circle. Okay, now it should work. Revolve. You get this thingy. The axis is that. We remove some 10 degrees. How? No, that's way too much. 5. And does it look better with some chamfers like 0.1 millimeters? Yeah, I think this will look better. Yeah, 0.19. Okay, let's add another. Ooh. Also 0.19. Okay, they collide like this. Okay, I think this will be okay. And I think this will look great. We now get a circular pattern. Get this axis and we repeat this. If it's 16 times, how does it look? No, it has to be more. Oh, one error. Let's try again. Maybe I selected something wrong. We want this feature and this feature. This center axis. Just here to say hi, so yeah, hi. Thank you for saying hi. I hope you're having a good day, Jack the Fourth. I'm lately I think I'm improving in Go. I think I'm feeling my gameplay, my game style becoming better. Why do you have an error? Compute failed. Let's suppress the chamfer. Just came home from work, got a bit longer, stayed there for 13 hours. Damn! Hope you can have a good rest now. Long work days. Man. For me, when I used to have very long work days, okay, it works now. The most dangerous part is for me was driving home. I got really tired, and driving when you're tired is very dangerous. And for me that was the scariest part. It's again that time of year when I have a week or two of similar time schedule. Damn. I mean, at least if you know that it's temporary. Okay, and that is a good part. The fact that you work very close. Let's try if we adjust this, if that stops glitching out. Now this is not happy. And what about if we fill out these two? The reason why this doesn't get happy, okay, is because of those edges here, but I think this should work. Oh, nice, you can take overtime as personal day offs. I really like when that is a possibility. Some, at least here, some companies do not allow you to. Like, you can take 1 hour of each day or something, but you cannot take a whole day off, but other companies do allow it. Okay, I think this works now for the top part. We have all of these edges and all, but it won't be noticeable once it is rendered. The lines will be much less vivid. Yeah, it is that part of year when few things meet and it's important. It happens, I am important person in all of them. So yeah, funny few days, funny few stories. Yeah, it's very different as well if it's like for a few days or if it's permanent. So I'm glad it's just a few days. I think people here in Germany. In Portugal, I can tell you with a lot of confidence that people would be upset but not riot. They would go to the bar and complain, but never riot, or they would complain yet accept it. I think that's the most Portuguese approach possible. I think that would be the stance of almost everyone here. I mean, if you're already, like, if you hate your job or anything, maybe you could quit, but if it's a standard thing and it has been discussed and everything, think most people would complain, yet understand and comply. Like 5 years ago there was some mess, so I managed to get like 100 hours overtime in a month and a half, but as exchange I made a deal to go home after lunch whole summer. Damn. And yeah, and that's another thing, like, we are all different people, and some people, for some, that's like a deal made in heaven. It's like, oh, it's so good. Well, for others, it will be like, man, it's not worth it. Just get normal days. I prefer to have, like, we all have different priorities, and even in different times in life, maybe if you're doing this and that, it's better to have uneven distribution of time. If you're doing at another point in your life, you prefer to have things as regular as possible. 11.3 times 0.5. And then this was 1.9 divided by 2, which is 0.95. Not 5. 0.95. 1.5. I think it depends on what the company will do as exchange for the worker. Some companies can give more money, some just allow you to get the time back, yeah. But yeah, if the time would be lost and no money game, I can guarantee I would not do either. True. I think that's... Unless you're in a desperate situation, I think most people would never comply to such a thing without compensation. Wait, that's not 1.5, that's 1.9. And then we just revolve this around this axis. Oh, we just need half of it. Around this axis. We join. We get 360 degrees. Hello Nando, watching the Pocket Watch I can see I miss a lot. Yeah, we've been going on for quite a bit. Is that... Okay, yeah, that is okay. But we are doing progress. I'm going to show, after I finish this small detail, I'm going to show how things are at the moment. Okay, here we want a mirror. This feature around this plane. And we have a hole here for this wire, which has a diameter of... Okay, let this... 1.88. So let's get a 1.9 hole for now. We are not thinking about mechanical project. We're not thinking about tolerances. Am I in sketch mode? Yes. So we get a 1.9. Not 0.91. Oh, that's the basically the radius that I added here of the flat part. Makes sense. And now we just cut to there, and we have, yeah, this is turning nice. So yeah, the topic changed again, and I think I will be gone again. See you guys next time. Ah, don't worry, no worry. And thanks for dropping by, Jack. Oh, Zerzon, my brother is crazy for overtime. He loves the bonus pay. On the other hand, I'll avoid... I like how you're like, oh, the topic is gone. I'm like, back to topic. My brother is crazy for overtime. He loves the bonus pay. On the other hand, I'll avoid it if at all possible. Yeah, I think it is a very person to person. For me, like if you had... I mean, I was doing my PhD. That was my main work. And I was getting paid for it with a scholarship. Basically, there's no overtime and everything is overtime. It is a weird limbo situation. Because you have no rigid schedule, you just have goals and a lot of things to do. But, okay, this is looking nice. You can't tell me that this is not looking nice. If you tell me this is not looking nice, I will accuse you of being a liar. I think, and compared to previous stream, of course this is also more within my comfort zone. I think this is becoming a much better model than the one I made on the previous stream. I want to get just 2 glasses installed, and then I'm going to work on some interior parts. Just want to get the front and back glass. So, file new. Let's get the back glass first because it's easier. And I don't need to measure it because I already measured. That dimension is here and the diameter is 25.2. 25.2. And let's get like a 1mm thickness. You have plan with the 3D models you are making. Depends on the model. Right now I want to become better and more consistent, but I do have plans. I want to first try and create like a shop for me to sell my models, like for cosplayers to 3D print and get props and things like that. And for example, this watch, I can use it as a prop for streaming as well. I can use it if I create the hands of it, I can animate it and have it like CGI. So this is still my second 3D modeling stream, but I have some plans, and I would love to over time build kind of like a repertoire of, okay, these are all the things that Nando has built along the different streams. Yeah, let's get some smooth glass light color. It looks very dark here, but I think that's just because of it not having anything else. If I place it here, oops, the back glass, and we then just joint this into this, and okay, oh, it looks so nice. It looks so much more complete now that we can get that reflection going on. That's why I also want the front glass. And don't never forget the third glass, which is the Philip glass. Does anyone here know Philip glass? Anyone? I wonder. I mean, I'm not asking knowing him like meeting him on the street. I'm talking about knowing by name who Philip Glass is. I wonder. The front glass has a little bit more detail. Let's create a new design. Save as front glass. Philip Glass. Oh, I have a great idea on how to reveal to you who Philip Glass is. Oh, will it play the correct music? I don't think so. Yeah, this doesn't play the Koyaanisqatsi music. When I made that toggle, originally I wanted it to have a Philip Glass song playing. Philip Glass is a pianist, a music composer. And I know he worked for Koyaanisqatsi. Did he do the soundtrack for Truman Show? Writer, VTuber, now artisan. You can't stop at one job, can you? And don't forget, I also speak 4 languages. But yes, now I'm trying to get more. I'm trying to become more focused. And this, like, 3D modeling is not me diversifying more. It's actually me becoming more focused. Because my main work line for 13 years in engineering was 3D modeling. So this is actually the opposite of me spreading out. But I am someone who loves experimenting and doing different things. There is... For one thing I would love to do more, but I also sometimes accept, okay, time is limited, you can't do everything. Cosplay, I do a little bit as a hobby. It is one of those things that I wish I could do like at a professional level, like amazing stuff, learn how to work the foam, work the clothes, do the makeup and wig styling and everything. I mean, most cosplayers don't master every single one of those arts, but I would like to know a little bit about cosplaying, but honestly, it's so many things, and I've accepted painting and drawing is another one of them. I know how to paint and to draw, but it is one that I do as a hobby, and that's also important. You need to do things sometimes without thinking about mastery. Just enjoying the process is enough. I'm not thinking about becoming a master of drawing. Does that mean I shouldn't draw? No. If I enjoy it, I should do it. When you see someone playing basketball, for example, in the street, or playing soccer, you don't go up to them and ask, oh, why are you playing basketball? Are you going to join the NBA, or are you playing football because you want to... Are you participating in the Champions League? No, most people just do it as a hobby. And I think a lot of people think that art is only worth it if you're making a job out of it. And I think you can just do it for enjoying the process alone is more than enough of a reason for you to do it. That's my stance. It's like streaming. If I don't become a pro streamer, will all my streams be a waste of time? No. Because I've learned how to communicate better. I've met people who I would never meet if I didn't stream. So even if I never make it quote-unquote big, even if I'm not a full-time streamer, will I consider streaming a waste of time? No. This is cool. I learned a lot from this as a person. Okay, this angle, is at 45 degrees? Let's use our eyes. Kinda is. So yeah, there is sometimes it was the light color, I believe. Sometimes people think things are only worth it if you do them like professionally, and then they block themselves because they are like, okay, it's only worth it if I do it professionally. I won't be able to do it professionally, so it's not worth it. A passion work is not always meant to have a result or meaning. Yes, exactly. I'm good at converting simple thoughts into a lot of words, which is kind of like the opposite of, they do say, oh, if you're very intelligent, you can convert complex topics into simple ones. I'm the opposite of intelligence. I can make simple things become complex. I'm a fantasy writer. We fantasy writers are masters of writing a lot. And that has translated into me becoming the master of speaking a lot as well. And I think that's how this fits. I think that the angle is a little bit more... I added a very small angle to it. Okay. Like, I think this is kind of like 1.2. And here this is bigger. The arch. Oh, that's not joined to it. Okay, now it should look a little bit better. We save. Go here, we update. I think this is a better representation. Oh. And it still works perfectly. the lid. Now we just need the inner workings. I mean, we also need this part and the chain. But that can be for like, what time is it? Okay, I still have enough time to do. I do get addicted. I really enjoy 3D modeling. I do want to, oh, just one more detail, just one more detail, just one more thing. You can see here the high definition version. And if you turn on rendering, oh yeah, it is looking nice. With the rendering version and this, yeah, okay, this is lagging. Stop the render, stop the render. Ah! Sorry. I'm so happy with how this is turning out. I just need... Ooh. The clock face and the back... Let's get the clock face first, and now this is the part where I can go in with my caliper. And let's make some files read-only. That's the thing that we were struggling with. We can make them unread-only later, so that's okay. Activities in general are meant to be enjoyed, first and foremost. However, nowadays people always think first about money and jobs and the money renown of them. I think that is also a part of two things. First is a lot of our education system and everything and our culture, we are kind of obsessed with the notion of success. Success is everything you need to be successful. And then, why does this change this? Okay. And what is success? It is an individual thing. Success is different for a lot of them. But if you can have quote-unquote conventional success, what society defines as success, you'll feel more at ease. And that would be, for example, having a stable income, having your own house, having your own car, having your bills paid, having a stable relationship. But I think we live in a world where all of those things are getting harder and harder. So people try to find success in whatever they can, because they're like, I've been molded to value success over everything, and success is a rigged game, quote unquote, so I can't get it. So now I'm just going to try to make any activity convert it into a chase to success. And that appeases the anxiety of not meeting up to societal expectations. I am not a psychologist and I am not a sociologist, so do not quote me on what I am saying. I am just talking literally out of my arse. But that is my opinion. That is my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. This is... Can I make this... Show hide, yes. I also think a lot of people are just desperate to escape the slog of their conventional job, so they fixate on making content their job before it's anywhere close to feasible. Yeah, and when you say content, it could be writing, it could be drawing, it could be streaming. Yeah, content could be anything in that. Anything I'm talking about can feel in that that role. But I agree. There's also what I said, I think, was a part of it, and I think there is no singular answer to this. I think it is the combination of what I said with what you said, with what Jack Warrior didn't say but is thinking, with what Kradentost is thinking but can't write down fast enough. I'm just joking, but it is a combination of many factors, and all of this pays out, adds up. Because I think most people a lot of, not everyone, but a lot of people, if they slow down and think, they would agree with what we are saying here, with the notion of, yes, you need to enjoy hobbies, yeah, that... If you tell this to a lot of people, they will say, yeah, that just makes sense, what you're saying is common sense. I think that's what most people would say. It's not, we are not reinventing the wheel over here. But the conjugation of a lot of factors make it so that we do not interiorize those things in our daily life. Chat is thinking that's new. Writing is hard, man. If only I could spend all day, every day, playing Paxels. Ah, alas, the calamity has fallen upon us. We cannot just play Paxels to our heart's content. This, I'm going to make it dark for now. This is a part, this is like the face behind the hands and everything, and this is one of those parts where you can just add a lot of detail over time. But for now, let's close our glasses. Paint. Paint's a good material. This glossy. This is more... It's not that paint. Miscellaneous? Air. Oh yes! Air! This is not... Let's go for... glossy. Nah, this is way too glossy. Unsave changes may be lost. Okay, save. Ah, okay. This is... How you doing, Mr. Clockface? Plastic could work. I mean, rubber, if we want a non-reflective... where's rubber? There was rubber somewhere. Sightwork, stone, wood, concrete, fabric, glass. Was it in miscellaneous? Air, rubber. I think this will work as our black disc. But yeah, success is an obsession, and success is good overall, but the idea of where success comes from is streamlined to less and less things. Yeah. Success is a very flexible thing, and everyone just wants everyone just ends up having a very rigid definition of success and is locked by that definition. Oh, you just... I'm just going to add this first, but you just touched upon one of the biggest points as well. Let's insert Mr. Clockface over here. Okay, that works. Not here, but... I don't like the texture of it. Yeah, social media is definitely to blame for a lot of things. Not everything, but I think... Like, we... Oh, base material opaque. Oh, lovely. I think we blame a lot of things on social media, and we do not blame enough things on social media. I think they are even worse than what most people give it credit for, in terms of, okay, YouTube is a social media and Twitch is a social media, and right now we are interacting through a social media. Social media has a lot of strength. It has a lot of information. It has, like, it is good. But it is also very powerful, and we are not... Social media has a power that we are not ready to deal with. It all happened too fast. We do not know how to deal with social media, and they are here, and they are... they cannot be ignored, and they are a huge part of everything. And this is around the same height as this. from what I can see. Let's set the glass visible once again. See how this looks. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, I think that is... If you go into rendering mode, it becomes more transparent. Oh, or... I think I would have to go... Let's just try it real quick. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So we can remove the front glass. Okay, let's... How did I made it invisible? It was not show hide. Or was it? No, show... Oh, it is show hide. But yeah, social media definitely adds a lot of pressure. A lot of people comparing with each other. It's not easy. No. From the back... This is hard now. Do I try to add a bunch of... I have 3 choices right now. Either I try to add some of this text, which is easy, I think. I think I may go for that. Then I have the chain, and I have adding some gold, which is some of this part, which I think is the hardest part, but also very important visually. But this is the hardest part, I think. Let's add a few details on the clock face. Just a few. I don't want to be stuck in the clock face, but I want to add a few things. Let's first add these 2 lines, like 17. And I'm going to show you how I write on things. Oh, we are already in the sketch. That was 17.2. And on the outside, is 21.3. 21.3. And let's just add a... So 17.4? Oh, 17. And here 21.1. We extrude these 2 by like 0.1 millimeters. That was 0.01. This is just paint, basically. Yeah, and now we go to the appearances. We get our base material opaque. We duplicate it. And we get it pure white. And we apply the color to faces. Let's apply it to this face and to this face. And that's how I'm going to write. To try and create some of the lines. I think they're a bit too thin. And I want to check here if we are doing this on the right side. I think it... Oh, I need to update it. Save. Update. Yes. Or no. Yes. We are doing this on the right side. Let's just make the lines a little bit more thick. .9 17. Yeah, okay, this is better. And now we add those tiny lines at I'm not going to add these connecting lines yet, nor the numbers. They are more troublesome. I'm going to add these outer lines. They look like there's a lot of them, but they are repeating patterns, and repeating patterns are our jam. They are easy to do in modeling. But yeah, in social media, going back to that, we are basically, we compare our complete vision of ourselves, our strengths, our weaknesses, our everything. We compare that with a very curated vision that someone is choosing to transmit towards the internet. And that can be very deceiving, and a lot of people stop valuing what they have and what is really worth it. So that's kind of like 0.4 millimeters. Zero 0.35, I think. And then the thickness, like the thickness of this line is basically nothing. Zero 0.2, 0.1. I think this was the first measure that we have of 0.4 was more correct. And now, how many of these lines do we have, the tiny ones? So this is divided to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 60 times 5 times 5. 60 times 5 times 5. 60 times 5 is 300 times 5 is what? 1,500? This doesn't have that. Wait. This has 25 in 25 is a 12. No, so it's 25 times 12. 25 times 12, that's 600. Okay, 600 sounds like a more correct number. That 25 times 12, that's... Wait. No. 25 times 12 is 300. It is 300. The brain isn't mathing. I think if we paint this white, the pattern will not consider it. But we'll see. Okay, it did the thing correct. Yeah, and it is 300. And now we have the longer lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the computer now is starting to not like this model. I'm sorry, computer. So it is 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 between, so 1. This one will turn into a longer one. How long is a long one? $2 millimeters. Oh, that seems huge. 1.5 millimeters. Oh, we already have, so 1.1. Because we already have some distance there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do another one. Oh. 1.1. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go here. 1 point. Nope. Why does it keep? Don't worry, we are about to. This is the last one. One point one. 0.01. Oh, nice. And now we do this 12 times. It is perfect. I counted things right. And this would be where the numbers are. The 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. I think it looks a lot better, even though this is not like super complex lines or anything. Just by having these lines, it looks a lot more complete. Already. Sasuga Nando, hi! Boku wa tensai desu. Kore wa watashi no... 日本語は難しい。ごめんなさい、言葉を忘れました。ごめんなさい、皆さん。天才じゃない。Yeah, lines. They look cool. This... Oh, and by the way, I forgot. When I asked the question of the first thing that comes to mind when you think of a pocket watch, no one said my number one answer, which is... Full Metal Alchemist. That's the number one thing that comes to mind when I think about a pocket watch. Yes, I like how... Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. I'm going to add just one more detail of the chain. When I could have removed it from the chain beforehand. I'm just going to add this, and then I want to add some inner workings. Just some basic stuff. Nothing excessively complex. That was the only other one I could come up with. There's... Oh, I was thinking... but that's a lighter. I was thinking, oh, who keeps doing, like, opening and closing? I was thinking about... Shikamaru with Asuma's lighter. That's not a pocket watch, that's a lighter. A zip lighter, if I remember the name correctly, of those styles of lighters. So I'm going to do the thing that goes here. And we start by... The wire thickness is 1.8 something, if I remember correctly. .86. So let's create a new. .86. Ah. Oh, we already had created one. And now we get the measure from here, this length, like from this end towards this end, and we have 11.3. Oh, clock face, you can be closed for now. Let's go for symmetry, and you know this is total, so you can go directly towards 11.3. And now we just loop this around. And does this have a sweep? It probably does. Sweep. Oh, sweet. We have a sweep. So we can just get this shape here. Okay, what's the distance from here to here? 20.2. So that's 20.2 divided by 2. That's 10.1. Huh? What did I do wrong? What? I think I did this wrong. Times 0.5. And now this is the 13 point something, yeah. And how tall is this? 13 millimeters approximately. So we get a 13 here. And let's get an ellipsis. What was the diameter of this? Not one. 0.93 radius. So this goes 0.93. This goes in by 0.93. And we want an ellipsis. Wait, let me use some guidelines. I want the half point between this and that. 5.57, no. No, that's not. 6.035. 6.035. Yeah. And we get this point here. I want to get an ellipse that passes on these 2 points. But here I want this to be an arch. Kind of want the arch to be... Let's get a spline instead. And I want this spline to be tangent to this and tangent to this. Okay, let's... And now I have this line. Will this work? We'll see. I'm being very experimental here. Let's get a sweep with this face, following this path. Ooh. Okay, that's just a mess. Let's trim this. And trim this. Now, will this work? Create a sweep from this profile that uses this as a path. And this is exactly what I wanted. I cannot believe this worked. I usually have a very bad experience using sweeps. I'm evolving. And then we just mirror this. And we have this. That's basically this shape. Maybe this is a little bit, but I mean, that's details. Oh, I don't like the transformations I'm making here. Let's just move this more here and call it a day. Ooh, I preferred it beforehand. Quite interesting shape, yeah. And this is this the same material? Yes. It is the same type of material, so let's go into the appearances. My appearances. We apply it. We save. Chain connector. And now we place here the chain connector. Oh. And now we can just assemble, join this into there. And this will have a revolute motion. And yeah, that's about the clearance that we have. I'm glad we added this, even if we don't add the rest of the chain. Just this part, I feel like, makes such a difference. It felt very incomplete without this here. I think it's much better now. Much, much better. Oh, there's still the clock hands as well. The clock hands, the back... And I'm also getting hungry, which is important. Let's get the clock hands first. I feel like the clock hands will get... We'll add quite a touch of detail. Oh no! How will I measure the clock hands? They don't stop moving. The seconds. Okay. New design. Okay, how long is the second? It does have a tiny diameter here. 1.4. 1.4. How big is that tiny hole in the center for the pin? It's like 0.5. And then it goes 2.2 millimeters back. Seems about right. And to the other side, let's put it at this position and wait for it to arrive. It's about 13 millimeters. And then it is kind of like, okay, towards the back gets wider, like 0.5. So that's 0.25 to either side, 0.25. 0.5 here. And then the short end is very thin. .2. So that is 0.1. And this can be a rectangle now. And now this funnels into like 0.1. 0.1 here as well. Yeah, this is kind of like this shape. Well, I think that's too thick. Extra thick! Okay, that seems better. This is, oh, let's save this material, wait. It's the watch face, let's open the watch face. The body, clock face. And I want to save this white. Add to favorites, or add to my appearances at least. Copy to my appearances. This is the appearance you want for this. Seconds. This is the one on top. So let's go for the hours next. Oh, this has quite an intricate design. But I can do it. I'm conflicted because I want to keep doing this, but I do feel the tiredness. My body is telling me, no, you've been streaming for enough, go take a rest. But I'm like, this is so cool, I want to add more details. .2. How wide is that? That's the same hole. 0.5 millimeters. Now we have nothing back, just going forward, and it's about 9.5 millimeters long. I'm just going to go by eye. Kinda like, okay, no, I'm not. I didn't even start and I lost all confidence. 1.9. Then this widens into 1.2 divided by 2, which is 0.6. Yes. It funnels 0.9 into a thickness of 0.6. So 0.9 to a thickness of 0. That's 0.3 here, and that goes there. Exactly. Goes wide once again for 0.5. I mean, that's the main thing that will tell people that this is a clock, having hands to tell the time. That is quite important. And here, this is the part where I think I'm going to freehand it. And I'm sorry, I won't be showing you the clock because I need to look at it very closely. It's kind of like has a hexagon here. Okay, need to measure that to see where the shape starts. 1.6. Huh? 1.6. That's not 3.2, that's 2.6 here. And this is 2.6 here. And this has kind of like a rectangle here. 0.1, but halfway has a tiny detail that can be modeled like a rectangular. Right, this. It's better if it's a one of these. Yeah, this looks better. Now this is where our shape starts. I said I was going to freehand it, but I do need some guiding measures. 1.8. And that means that from here to here we have this. Let's set a 0.1 and this and this. That's a hole there. Here we kinda have something that goes like this. This and here. I want this to look nice. This is just a tiny detail that no one will be able to see. Well, this is not supposed to be perpendicular. That's the problem there. This won't be perfect. But I think it's going to be good enough. then it still has kind of like a ball. That goes to there and to here. So we have a ball. Let's create an arch that touches this and this. And this 1.2 millimeters. Let's trim it. I think I'm happier with this right here. Like this. And I think this should do it. Wait, this is to the side. Oh yeah, it is supposed to be to the side because that's going to be symmetrical. Okay, no worries. Oof. And let's go for 0.2 millimeters. And we mirror it. Not bad. It's not perfect, but I don't think it's bad. Let me just, there seems to be, is there a gap there? Let's go like this. Oh wow. And we project, yeah, there's a gap there. I'm going to fix it real quick. I don't want to select that. If I select like this. No, it's not selecting anything. I don't think I can. I mean, that's not going to be visible. Let's leave it like this, and it looks cool with the line in the center. Wait, is it something here? Ah, there shouldn't be any issue. Yeah, let's save this. This is ours. Oh. Let's make some... Okay, the hinge pin can become read-only. The front glass. The back glass. The lead. And the connector. Okay. Oops. All is fine. Pocket watch. Let's place the hour. I forgot to color it. Appearance. Oh, is it just... What kind of output does this have? Let's leave it like this. Let's not... Let's leave... Nando, stop. Cannot update component. Oh, I think I need to open it again. Ah. Hours. Let's update it now. Okay, now it's working. Let's constrain this to the center and constrain this to like some offset of like 0.3 millimeters because we need some clearance. Go even. And now we have the hour pointer. It's kind of small, but I mean it is the size of it. And I mean I think if we go render, yeah, it has less lines. The problem is that the lines outweigh the design. It's just a visibility thing. So we have hours. Now I want to add a minute. I'm really hyped. I'm really hyped with how this is turning out. Pity we won't be able to do the inside, I think. I may just add some things to make it look better. I have an idea on how to make it look better. Just so it doesn't have a void there. But now let's take care of the minute mark. Let's create a new design. Let me check the hours. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. That's not what I meant. Okay, this is a donut with a 0.5 on the inside and on the outside. $1.2. 0.5. 1.2. Wow, this is asymmetrical. Look. The minute handle is not symmetrical. Oh no, why do you do this to me? I mean, just the first part. It's a pretzel. 2.9. And then halfway to this, we have something that goes along like 0.4 even. Now we pretzel this. Create a spline. Oh no, wait, I need to know why this is on the other side first. Okay, 1 millimeter to here, and here let's set some 0.8, 0.8, and then we... Oh, but splining these? Because how do we add thickness then? Okay, let's first add a spline, then think about what comes after. Because what I want is to add something like this. I mean, if I can just add 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. And then we add another spline. I think I'm going to accept this. Rectangular center triangle I want to add. This here just to make sure it connects. I'm going to accept this shape. And then we just have two ellipses. (2.9), 1.5. 2.9. 1.5 divided by 2 is 0.75. Ellipses. Oh. We start with the center. Oops, why is that not touching there? Okay. Let's add another rectangular here, just to make sure things are touching. Next ellipses is a tiny one. 2. 0.6. So 2. So 0.3 because I measured from side to side. We get ellipses. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Let's get another rectangle up and running here in this house. Then we have one of those. Let's add another rectangle here. This is more like... yeah, like this. And you have one of these, and the thickness is around the thickness of the small ellipses, so we just go kind of like this and this. And the distance from center to end is 12 millimeters. I mean, it's better to just use like 0.05. No. And then we use one of these rectangles. (0.1, 0.1). I bet the Watchcrafter was literally thinking, hee, these hands are gonna give so much headaches to whoever wants to replicate them. I bet they were thinking that. So this is 0.3 here as well, because we cannot use symmetry. We are not going to use symmetry here, and this connects to here. And we have our minute handle. Let's save as minutes. And now we just extrude this 0.02. I think that's the measurement we were using on the other ones. Get all of these. That corner there as well. Let's get the pretzel. Let's get this rectangle here. Let's get the first ellipses. Weird rectangle. More ellipses. More weird rectangle. Weird shape. And that's it. We have our minute handle. Let's just paint it the correct color. Save. Pocket watch. Place. Minutes. And this will go. The constraint is, this is constrained here. And from here to here, it's like 0.1. And now we can place our seconds. And let's set our constraints. From here to here. Oh, no, not face to edge. It is face to face. Out in the field. Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Oh. Okay, this should not be. I think I probably put like half of the size here. Let me. Minutes. Let's increase the diameter of that. And I don't want to ruin anything, so. Ooh, that ruins everything, yes. I think that's the best I can do. And now we select the extrusion and we add these. And that bit. What? 42 selected, yes. Okay. 44. 45. Why? Okay, let's leave it like that, like it was. Oh, wait. We did just lost progress. I think we did. No, I undid the things that should not have been undone. I will need to create that again. Work has been lost. I need to select all the faces again. So let's, since I'm having to do all the faces again, I'm going to do this, and this is 0.2. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. No, you do not get selected. Disaster! Indeed, disaster has struck. Could have been worse. I've had a lot worse happening in 3D modeling. A lot worse. So yeah, let's save this once again. Let's update here. I don't think it should be destroyed. It was a little bit. Okay, let's delete you. And oh, the seconds will have to go as well. Okay, let me open the minutes again. Still want to add some filler to the inside. That's my final goal of today. Okay, let's constrain this distance to here. It's 0.1. Why is that little thing there? That I can and will fix. Okay. Things didn't explode this time. Much better. Seconds. Insert. Constraint components. One constraint component. This and this is concentric, and this I'm glad we did that change. Now this looks more correct. We have our arms of the clock. I'm just going to add some filler stuff on the inside. I'm so happy with how this turned out. And I have an idea with how to... Like, I don't want to do a lot of effort now because I am tired. I think I have a plan on how, with a little effort, I can fill the inside. So, just so it looks better. If it looks worse, I will go back. And I just want something that's like 7 millimeters. We extrude, oh, and we can add more detail. And let's add something here that's like 9 millimeters. Okay, 85. No, 80. Oh God, 85. Will have to work. And this is not how you draw a gear. I know how to draw correct gears, but I want to do a quick gear. Ooh, that's way. And let's create a revolving pattern. I said revolving, and yeah, that's gonna have to work. Why is there a gap there? That always confuses me in this software. Oh, we can, okay, before doing this, we can, just so it looks a little bit better and closer to a real gear. Yeah, this will help. I feel like that's a bit too much. Let's go 0.2. Because gears do have these fillets here. And now we do the pattern once again. Trush, axis is... Oh, axis is this one. 18 repeating patterns. Let's get some... That's more shiny. On the inside, let's get this type of material. I think when we were in... Okay, it's metal for sure. Okay, this is making... I think it's about the... What's ruining this is the output. Gear. Operation... No, Operation Join. And here... Because this is making this... All of this is like a different component. That's why this is glitching out a bit. This is not elegant. But now let's see how it looks if I add a bunch of gears in here. Now, if I add another one, can I change the scale somehow? Don't think I probably would have to create more gears, and now I'm not up for it. I want to see in the rendering how this looks. If it looks bad, I will just delete them. Oh, they are quite a bit too far back. Oh, I can move them. Yeah, let's just move them like this. Can I just copy and paste them? I wish I could, I don't think I can. Oh, I think I can. Let's just copy one more. I mean, can I do like 3 at a time? Yes, I can. Okay, that's enough gears. Let's fill in the space in here and see if this looks better with or without them. I honestly think it may end up looking better with them. Ooh, wait. I want to capture position. Yes. I think what the adding trash here will kind of make it look better once it's a rendering and once we make everything visible. Oops, the clock face should not rotate. Let's get our pointers in different directions. Let's see if a rendering of this looks nice. Let's get our front glass showing. Our back glass. Remove visibility overrides. And let's see how this looks in render mode. I mean, in this vision. Oh, I think it looks better with the gears. I think having something so it doesn't look empty there. What do you think? I think it looks better with the gears compared to having nothing. It's not perfect. The back side doesn't look that good, but I want to take... If I take a screenshot like this, it looks nice. But I think the front looks better with the gears. Okay, everything is lagging. Let's go back into this view. And yeah, I think for now... Yeah, the gears help. Yeah, of course it would look better. With more time, I could make a good inner feeling. But I think with the gears there, it looks more authentic. It looks more finished. For me to share in socials later. But yeah. That was... And now you're like, yeah, now I'm back, now I'm back. Now that I'm no longer sharing that. But yeah, that was it for today. I've been going on for quite a while. And I think this is a good time to cut it. I don't think I updated. Let me go to this screen. Yeah, the schedule. Let me get a new one here. One moment real quick. Yes, today was 3D modeling. Tomorrow I'll be back with my Handcam to paint some Warhammer figures. I'll be doing miniature painting on stream for the first time. And Friday, back to the classic, back to the board game of Go here live on stream. But yeah, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are having a good Monday, a good kickoff to this week. And I hope you have enough time to follow your hobbies, to enjoy the things you enjoy doing. Let me just see on Twitch if there's anyone that I want to raid. I'm not sure I'm going to find anyone for the mood that I'm at. Okay, I can raid Primo because he will be debuting a new VTuber model soon, and he is debuting his 0.0 model, and he will be streaming 3D modeling as well on Thursday, so it is a good raid. But yeah, that was it for today over here on both YouTube and Twitch. I had a great time, and I'm really happy with the outcome. I'm going to keep pushing 3D modeling and see how cool of things we can create. Have a day, Nando. Time to eat now. Thank you. Have a nice day, Jag Warrior. Time to eat for me as well. Definitely time to eat. I'm starving. Yeah, let me just raid over on Twitch, and the stream will be over on YouTube as well. Thank you very much for everyone who joined. Hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye everyone, and have a nice one. And thanks for joining me, by the way. Thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, thanks for everything. It all helps a growing streamer. Bye bye.